So now, group, get ready. Morning, it's glad to see you again. This is finally our project. So we are now working on, as a company, Primark. Let me introduce our teammate. So I'm team leader, Roland. This is Ascot, Naya, Sharon, and Lynn. Our agenda today is about our company profile, business model, and case study, small analysis, and then it's about strategic change. Then analyze on its case framework, suitability, acceptability, and feasibility. So who we are? We are a company started in Dublin in 1969. It's an Irish company named under NIELS. And then today we have already over 320 stores across Europe and USA. In 2015 we started USA branches. Now also Primark has 13 subsidiaries with more than 700,000 employees all over the world. The company offers amazing price for amazing fashion, and also ensure the next business is working with Primark. And also, Primark always promised to offer the most amazing fashion with the bottom price for those big deal seekers. If you want to know a clear structure about our company and what we deliver, we use the business model canvas. We start with the customer who are our main customers. Main customer we aim at age group below 35 who are seeking for big deals, and we deliver them with the brand image, loyalty, also with brand communities called Primania. So everyone can enjoy and by sharing, uploading their photos. Also, we provide ethical trading, who is more crucial than our external customers for our end users. And these are stakeholders and also suppliers. They are the key partners. So also, we always need to do about not only stock upgrade, but also working ethically with our suppliers. Then, our revenue comes from the amount of sales, which is the cost of goods, procurement, warehouse, transportation, logistics. Then, it's all about material. We are looking for cheap, skilled labor force from cotton production and fabrics. Now let's have a look at the 7 years revenue from its financial report. We can see in the recent years, the profit revenue is going up high and staying at steady growth rate. Especially in the recent 5 years, they're growing even faster. However, take a look on the solvency and liquidity. We made a calculation on return on capital employed, adjusting operating profit, which is the subtract by logistic costs, and also profit margin. If you can have a look, it's here. Even though we're growing high, however, we are going down in its growth rate. So we can link this one to our brand product life cycle. We are now at a highly maturity stage. However, we are now on the way of crossway. So do a new renewal to stay competitive or decline to retain profit. It's time to think about this change, because now we are going from start to cash cows, and some people don't think it's a good choice to become cash cow. So it's time to think about going to a new market, possibly. And now my teammate will explain.
Yes, actually, Primark they don't have like online selling now, but actually they tried one time in 2013. But after only 3 months, they quit the strategy. They don't want to sell online because the delivery was very high. The delivery fee was very high. And the customer demand for very like free delivery and a free return. And this will only deal the cost of the company, and they will reduce the increase the cost and then reduce the profit for the company. And this is the SWOT analysis for the company. As we know that the main strength for the company is the low price, and they are very experienced at doing the budget fashion retailing, and they have good financial situation. The weakness is they always have long waiting time at the shopping, and they are use very little innovational marketing strategy, and then they don't have the online and social media strategies. Opportunities. Actually, Besides this marketing expansion, the company can still do many things to have good opportunities to do the business better. Like the customer, they can order the product online and click in the store, and they can even also pay by themselves with the machine, so which can reduce this waiting time when they are doing the shopping. The main threat from is from competitors, and probably the ethical issue from the past. This is the 5 force analysis one company. Let's start from this new entrant. The threat from new entrants we consider is very high because it's very feasible to do the business in the retailing industry. So it's very easy in and it's very easy to out. So it's very high. We consider it as very high. And the bargaining power when the buyer is also high. Even the people cannot like bargain the price when they are doing the shopping, but they still choose not to buy. So there are so many different, so many other choices they can do from they can buy from other shops, and the increase of the income. Like people have more income, they can choose other shop and more other product instead. So it's also very high. The threat from the subsidiary, when people get like more income, they can choose higher quality product, and also the threat from this private brand and the next supermarket or the product from online. They also have a high threat on Primark. The bargaining power of the supplier, because it's not very hard for Primark to choose to change the supplier, and then there's so many suppliers they can give them the fabric. So it's low. The bargaining power for the supplier is very low to company. The competitors, the threat from competitors is also high because there are so many domestic players and the international players. So like H&M and Zara, they also give so many threats from the company.
Thank you, Lee. So now we are looking at where the new chances. Actually, as you know, Primark has already been extending its market in Italy and the Netherlands, but we are proposing India because there are a lot of scopes for doing business in India, and the scopes are like they have cheaper skilled labor force, they have a very large population, and the important thing is that they have very low tax. And it's a very good thing for doing a business, and also they use the English as their business language. It's very good, and they have a lot of big cities like Delhi, Mumbai, Bangalore, and they have cheap natural resources as well. So now let's talk about page analysis of India. It's like political, economic, social, and technological. In political sector, if we see that government is very flexible for doing business, because the government always encourages people to growing their business. And they have large democracy in their country, and that is why they have free trade agreement. And in economic sector, GDP growth is very high, but inflation rate is not so much high. So it will be a big challenge for us that how we will overcome in this situation. And in the social way, if you see in social sector that their population is very large, it's like 1.2 billion, and but they have poor health system. It is a negative thing, but we will try to overcome this situation. And in technological sector, they have very advanced IT sector, and most of the people uses there are many subscribers for IT sector. There are not so many subscribers for IT sector, but there are many good things and bad things, but we will try to overcome this situation, and this will be a good thing for our business. And now,
Thank you, Shani. So, as we chose India, our next destination, so these are some challenges that we found a company can face in India. Especially if we see the infrastructure, India is not very developed country, so the infrastructure is really poor in India. So somehow when we talk about raw material, that will come from different areas of India, as our production is also, we are thinking to do in India, so somehow it's also a big challenge for us. And then if we say that India is a corrupted country, and doing a business in such a country can be a big challenge for company. And then in India, this is a very different system from Ireland, as Primark is an Irish company. They have very decentralized system in Ireland, but if compared to India, they have very centralized system, top to down decision making. So especially the top management, they take decisions. So somehow it may take time in decision making. And if you see the weather in India, this is the three main weathers. But when we talk about a weather monsoon that comes in September, so because of heavy rain, there are so many floods in that season that can affect the production of cotton, that is a main source of for our company. And then if you see the inflation, inflation rate is almost 8% in India, so that's a bit higher. That can be a challenge for a company as well. And then if you see that in India there is not really a human right for labor, there's really a problem, labor abuse. So somehow Primark is working for the or wants to really remove that labor abuse. So somehow it's also a big challenge for Primark. And India is a very diverse country there with so many cultures and religions. So somehow company also needs to consider this when they enter into India. And then also, as I told, that this is a very diverse country. So somehow they have a different kind of events or ceremonies there, like Holi, Diwali and other. So in that days, company really needs to close their shops, and somehow it can affect on their profits as well. So here we bring some change in our strategy. If you see on corporate level strategy, we are thinking that in India it's already very there are already very pollution, but we are thinking to take this advantage to recycling. We can return. People can return their clothes, and then we can recycle it and use it. So somehow we are also saving the environment here. And then when we talk about market level strategy, we are totally entering into a new market, and not even a market, it's a totally new continent for us. Because Primark was working in America and Europe before, and now it's a totally new continent, Asia, there that we are entering there. And then if you see the customer level strategy, to get loyal customers, we are thinking to give them gift cards somehow on different events and also discounts. And somehow we are also thinking that company can organize some events where the people can come and catwalk. So somehow it's also we want to change some strategy. And then Primark was not really using a promotional strategies as it is very expensive in Europe and America. But if we talk about India, people really prefer TV, and if we talk about local newspaper, they really prefer on daily basis. And also, as a Bollywood industry is really growing in India, so people really prefer to go cinemas for watching movies. So we are also thinking to play advertisement before watching movies, so people can get inspiration from there. Talking about cage framework, it's the model that we are thinking to compare two countries, India and Ireland. So if we see that culturally these are two different countries. If we talk about religion, if we talk about the cultural distance, as in India, it's a very high context culture as compared to Ireland. It's a very low context culture. So this thing we really need to consider. And when we talk about administrative level, so government really support the businesses here, but still they need to consider that it's a very centralized system in India. And geographically, India is a very big country, and we can take advantage of there because there are also natural resources on a large amount, so we can take that advantage. And if we talk about economically, India is a stable country. If we see from the past years, the GDP growth is really increasing. So if we predict that, I think it will grow in future. So talking about entry mode, in India we are trying to enter through joint venture with Reliance. That Reliance is a very big company or very big company in India, that they have different industries under working Reliance. And we are thinking that if we will enter through this company Reliance, so we can share knowledge and technology with them, and that can reduce our cost. And the main benefit that we can take from Reliance is they already it's a very established company, so they have already built the customer trust. So through that we can also build our customer trust, and also because they are not very direct competitor to us, so somehow these two brands can work independently, and through that we can capture a large market. So that's all from my side. I would call Aska so she can give final touch to our presentation.
Each and every business has its challenges. How to deal with the challenges? Primark has a bad history in Bangladesh. What happened there? In in Bangladesh, there was a Rana Plaza they hired, and the people were working in a very bad situation, and they lost the Rana Plaza was collapsed down, and 1,000 people lost their lives. So they learn a lesson from that. So now what they are doing, how to do these challenges. So they make sure the people will work in a very good environment, and that is the ethic, and that is good for the company reputation and good for the Indian people, and it is a fair for that. Primark, he's working with the joint ventures with the Reliance, and he can take advantage of the Reliance to deal with the challenges. The challenges are, India is a very big country. There is a poor infrastructure. So Primark, which is an older company, which is established in 1969, and which is an Irish company, as well as the Reliance is also old and experienced company. He's established in India in Mumbai 1966. So both are the oldest company. They both have the good experience. Reliance has covered all over the India, whereas Primark is starting in a metropolitan city, and such as the city is Mumbai, Delhi and Bangalore. So he's covering these cities, so he will take advantage of the Reliance. Reliance is like a very fast growing company with strong finance. Primark has also a very fast growing company with the strong finance. So both have good advantage to take this advantage, as well as Reliance. Primark has a history. What happened? Online strategy has failed. But Reliance, he started an online strategy and his success, so Primark will take advantage in India. Behavior analysis. One research has found that in Indian people, they prefer to wash their clothes by hand. And if you wash your clothes by hand, then the clothes life cycle will be long lasting. So Primark is taking advantage of that. Primark will take the old clothes and then recycle it, and then he can reduce the waste, and he can reduce the natural resources as well as the landfill, which is very good for the company reputation. He is using a CSR that will increase the company reputation. Suitability. Every business has a look at when every business startup, a new startup has checked the suitability. Are they suitable? As my colleague has explained before, like Indian economy is growing fast, consumer market sizes, cheap. There are two kind of resources which is a high, like a cheap labor as well as a natural resources. And if you look at the young generation has a Western fashion trend. Each and every business is a main aim is the profitability. What are the profitability? The profitability is here. If you look at from the Return on capital equity is 34 to 35%, and the growth is increasing 8.5. That's a very good to it's a very good or start up the business. Feasibility. Primark, as my older colleague has started and explained that in India there is a vast market of the labor, and how much it is 419 million. We are making the best from the best. Abundancy. As we said, we are concentrating on the middle age group. In India, the growing market is 15 to 64. So that's our target we are covering. And as well as India is agricultural labor, he is high. So why we not take the advantage? If you look at the GE matrix, on the GE matrix, x-axis there is a business unit strength, y-axis is a market attractiveness. We are on a market attractiveness on a high position as well as business unit high position. So we are on an investment mode. On investment mode, if you look at that, we have experience as international and domestic. So we are taking advantages to do the investment. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you for watching.
Thank you.
Thank you for watching. And this is our brief reference list.
I think time was okay.
Time is perfect.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah, I think she